Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my rest vlog. Today and tomorrow are going to be focused on rest for me. And essentially what that means is that I am going to try and not do a lot of work things. However, our graduation party is on Saturday. And so because of that, I do have a good bit of work to get done today and tomorrow, but my hope is that I will have some time in the afternoon to just kind of relax and rest and spend the mornings doing more cleaning stuff and getting ready for our party. So we will see. It's about 7:30 and I actually slept in this morning. I slept until about 6:30, which may sound very early, but if you've watched any of my vlogs recently, you will know that I am a very early riser. And so typically I'm up by 5, but today I actually was able to sleep until 6:30, which was nice. It's going to be super hot today. I should be going out for my walk right now, but I am still quite tired, and I just got through my morning routine. I need to finish my cup of coffee, and then maybe I'll feel like going out for a walk, but I have a feeling it's going to be too hot for me to walk outside today. Maybe this evening I will be able to go out. We'll see. But I'm going to move to the next part of my morning routine, which is kind of like tier 2, which is reading books and doing some commonplacing, and see when the kids wake up for the morning. This is the book that I'm reading right now, Ordinary Time by Annie B. Jones, and so far I really like it. I'm not super far into it, maybe like a third of the way, but so far I really like it. Okay guys, it is about 10:30 and Emma is running. It's 80 degrees already. I totally forgot that we were having the septic pump today, and so right after my last update they drove in and we have like a giant flower pot over the cover, which I could not move. Thankfully I was able to move it with the woman that came to pump the septic. And yeah, so that kind of set me back this morning. I just made some breakfast and ate breakfast, and now I'm just sitting outside. Lucy's on the little blob thing that we got in the yard, and it is already toasty. And we are being affected by the fires in Canada right now, and I was wondering why my breathing wasn't great last night and this morning, and that is why, because we have smoke coming down from Canada, which has happened, I think it happened last year too. My watch says the air quality is good right now, but the news is saying that the air quality is not good, and so I just think maybe my watch is not up to date, or I'm really not sure why one is saying one thing but the news is saying another. Now I kind of have to figure out what I'm going to do, because I really do want to get the house clean, but I'm also just really wanting to do some rest activities, which is essentially reading for me and journaling. I know this afternoon I have my live stream, and we'll see. I might have to cut it short if it's super hot in the house. I can't remember if I already said that Matt was not able to put the air conditioners in last night, so unfortunately we are just going to have a really hot house. I did have the windows open this morning to cool it off a little bit, and it is pretty cool in there at the moment, but as the sun starts hitting the house later this afternoon, I'm going to have to pull all the shades and just hope for the best. We will see, but I do think I will probably be outside most of the day. I want to make some iced tea, and then I kind of want to sit down and chat a little bit about what rest means to me and why I think it's important to take time to rest. Not make time, but take time to rest. So hopefully we'll be doing that shortly, but right now I'm just kind of sitting for a couple of minutes after kind of a busy morning that I totally forgot about. With all of my planning, see, part of it is because my husband had scheduled the appointment and he texted me a couple of weeks ago about the appointment, but I was in the middle of something else and didn't write it down, and so here we are. Here we are, but that's done, everything's done, so we can move on to other things. I think I'll throw in some laundry and get some of the normal daily stuff done and give the kids some chores, and then sit down and talk about rest. Okay guys, so it is about 12:30 right now. I have not been resting this morning. I have been trying to get the house clean, trying to sort of make the basement manageable, cleaning out the dehumidifier. Hopefully Matt, Jack, and Emma can move the furniture that is in the middle of the basement to the edges of the walls so that we can set up the ping pong table so that the kids can be downstairs tomorrow. It's all cleaned up down there, it's just not organized. So we've gotten most of the house cleaned up for this weekend, so I'm pleased about that. I do still need to go grocery shopping, but honestly, I'm going to have to go tomorrow, I think, which well, I guess we'll just hope for the best. Maybe I will have a chance to get down this afternoon, but I am quite tired and ready to kind of sit and rest and relax a little bit. And part of the focus on rest for me this week is to really take a hard stop rest time. And that's really hard for me to do because there are always so many things going on. And I know that probably most moms feel that way, that there's always something else on the to-do list. And there are a lot of things on my to-do list. However, taking time to rest is really important because we don't want to get to the point of burnout. And that is something that happens a lot these days for moms, I feel like. And it's because we end up prioritizing things that maybe we shouldn't be prioritizing instead of taking the time to rest. And part of my goals this year is to really focus on wellness and my own health and understanding that I really do need to take a step back and just rest more and not try to pile my plate so high. I think that kind of hit me last spring. We went on our Florida trip, which was amazing, and it was so fun and much needed. And we got home and got back to the regular grind of things. And at the end of May, I got shingles again. And I've talked about this before. This is the second time that I've gotten shingles last year. That was the second time that I had gotten shingles, the first time being in 2020. And so I had to really slow down last summer and not do as many things as I had wanted to do. It was forced rest, but it was not as restful because, it's not super fun to have shingles. So this summer, my focus is going to be on rest and really resetting, taking the time to renew my spirit, a little bit of what I talked about in my vlog last week, which was yesterday's renew vlog. Just taking time for fun things that aren't necessarily productive, understanding that productivity is important to me, but putting so many things on my plate so that I have to micromanage every minute is not ideal. I want to include margin, and for years I would work in the margins. That was my time to do some of the fun things, but now what I want margin to be is actually margin for rest. And I don't feel like I need to hustle as much anymore. I was thinking this morning as I was reading through that book, Ordinary Time, that the concept of slow living was something that I heard about way back in 2006, and it really appealed to me. It was one of the reasons that I restarted blogging in 2006, kind of revisiting what I used to do in college and right after college with the public writing. But that was kind of the start to my desire for slow and leaning into a slower lifestyle and not the fast pace that we have. Part of that was because before we moved home to Maine in 2006, we lived down in Boston, and I used to commute into the city every day for work, get home, 7:30 at night, and go out to dinner, and it was just a very fast-paced lifestyle that I did not enjoy. Now, some people love that lifestyle, and I think that that is amazing, and that is just not me. It's not how I choose to live. And so recognizing that I need the rest, that I want to slow down, that I want to savor the ordinary times is really important. And so that's kind of what my focus for rest is during this 13th week. It also gives me some time to read. It gives me an excuse to sit down and explore some ideas that maybe I hadn't thought of. I did a lot of reflection on Monday during my reflect day, but I still have more journaling and considering and things that I like to write out in my journal and commonplace notebook. So that's kind of my hope for this afternoon and also tomorrow, although it's going to be definitely trying to balance all of that rest with hustle because of the party on Saturday. So not every day will be perfect, but I am able to dedicate a little bit of time to rest. And so I'm going to encourage you to find some time to rest as well. Take a step back, take a deep breath. You know, we've gotten to the end of the homeschool year and the new homeschool year hasn't started yet. So we have a little bit of time to just kind of rest and recuperate and fill our cup again, which I think is incredibly valuable time. And obviously, it really depends on if you are an introvert or an extrovert, what rest is going to mean to you and what re-energizing is going to mean to you. For me, as an introvert, silent contemplation is really helpful for me and fills my cup up, whereas an extrovert may want to be out at a larger gathering, maybe like a concert or something, and that might re-energize you. So rest is not just sitting still. That is a part of it, and sometimes we do need that, introverts and extroverts, but rest is also about re-energizing yourself and finding the things that will help you to regain that energy, especially after a busy season, which is what I've just had over the spring. So that's what my plan is this afternoon. I'm going to do a little reading, a little journaling. I don't know if I'm going to be outside or not because it is quite toasty. I might try and go outside and see how things are, especially with the air quality. It's kind of hazy outside, so I know the air quality is not great, and I have maybe an hour and a half before my live stream starts, so we'll see. But I am excited to spend the rest of the day kind of resting and relaxing and doing a little bit of laundry as well. So that's my check-in for right now, a nice long chatty check-in, and I will check in soon and let you know how things are going. Okay guys, let's check in with my plan for today. I've done the surfaces, the floors, my office desk, vacuumed, have not gone grocery shopping, have not gone for a walk, have not done food prep. I did do some reading already, and I got the basement ready for Saturday, so things are going well. My live stream is going to start in about 10 minutes, and I am planning to work on my commonplace notebook that has been bringing me a lot of joy throughout the month of May, and starting in June. I've actually am a little bit behind in my 1 line a day journaling that I'm doing in my Sterling Ink Common Planner. It has been in my life planner since last year. This is something that I started in May of 2024, just writing one positive thought in my life planner. Prior to that, I had used a little pocket planner from Erin Condren to kind of write a positive thought, but I never got into a really good routine with it. And so some days I would do it, some days I wouldn't. The kids have been outside playing on the blob splash pad thing, and that has been good. It is very hot here, and I'm just going to get everything ready for my live stream and then work on my commonplacing. Hi guys, it is about 4 o'clock and my live stream is done. It went really well. The Pomodoro cycles always go by so fast. If you're not a member of my membership community, I would love for you to come over. We do have live streams each week where I call it a co-working live stream, where we use the Pomodoro technique to work on some sort of project or hobby or planning or whatever it is that we need to spend time on using the Pomodoro cycles. 25 minutes of focused work followed by a 5-ish minute break. It's always a fun time, and I always feel like I get a lot done, which is nice. I've been spending some time kind of thinking about slow living and just considering revisiting slow living. It's something that I used to talk about a lot on my old website, my old blogger blog, My Journey and Trials, and I spent a lot of time talking about slow food and urban homesteading and slow living and all of that stuff, and I'm kind of interested to revisit that topic. A lot of those habits are things that I still do, but also a lot of them are things that I got away from when we moved into this house back in 2020, and there are some things that I still have this real desire to continue doing and just thinking about maybe in a different light, especially because it's been so many years since I started writing about that kind of stuff. I mean, back in 2006, 2007, that was a really long time ago. So it is at the end of the day now. I've had a really nice day. I'm not entirely sure I would qualify it as a rest day. I have not gone to the grocery store and I have not done any food prep for the graduation party because I haven't gone to the grocery store yet. I think what I'm going to do is probably go tomorrow morning and just hope that I can get everything that I need and spend the rest of this afternoon just sitting on the deck. It's like 94 degrees here. It's so hot. I think I'm going to close out this vlog here and just spend some time reading and sitting outside and enjoying the hot weather because it's going to be raining this weekend again, and so I'm just going to absorb the vitamin D when we can get it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed my 13th week content, the vlogs over the past several weeks. It's something that's a little bit out of the ordinary, but it's something that I want to share with you because I have been considering this for so long, and then now this is only the second time that I've practiced this 13th week. I really love the idea of the 12-week year and 90-day goal setting. I think that that's super helpful if you're trying to get a lot of projects and goals accomplished. Really focusing your time and prioritizing what's most important is really good, and understanding that you can get a lot done in a shorter time frame as long as you are planning for it, I think is also important. I like that I have included these theme days, but I have also noticed that when I'm vlogging them, I don't have as much time to get all of the things done that I would like to. So even though on Monday it was my reflect day, that vlog has obviously already been up for a few weeks now, I did a lot of reflection. I did not do all of the reflection that I wanted to do. Now, part of that is because I had other things on my plan that I had to get done, you know, home management type things and some appointments earlier in the week, and that's been the case for each day this week. I've had other stuff that I've also needed to spend time on. And so I do know that I can't spend like an entire week doing these theme days. That's just not possible because I do have other stuff that I also have to get done. But segmenting the day into a portion of the day doing those things is very helpful. I would love to be at 100% for all of these days, 100% of the things that I want to accomplish done, but I don't think it's realistic for me to think that way either. So I've really enjoyed this time, and tomorrow will be a rest day as well. I will be most likely getting up early to get groceries and then have most of the day to just hang out and read and rest some more. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this little peek into my 13th week. If you do practice a quarterly reset similar to this, I would love to hear about it. If you want to leave me a comment or email me, my contact form is always in the description box. And I've spent a lot of time over in my membership community talking about the 13th week, how to plan it out for yourself and how to implement it into your own planning system and goals setting system. If you would like to come check that out, I will leave a link for that in the description box as well. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and I will see you in the next one. Thanks guys. Bye.